Hello OT learners, and welcome to today's video where we'll be designing this beautiful PowerPoint template that you can see over here. So I'm going to be taking you guys through one by one how we design everything that you see over here. So we can see the brand name or the brand logo over here. We can see a major headline over here, and then a subtext. We have some two buttons over here, and then we have this beautiful image over here. So I'm going to be walking you guys through step by step with no steps skipped every inch of this work, and how you can also create this beautiful template when you're supposed to do a presentation to your supervisor or someone at school. So let's go ahead and look at what we have. Now the first thing I want to highlight is the fact that if you can see everything, you can see that everything is properly aligned. Okay, the alignment of everything is in place, so everything over here is properly aligned. You can see we have a placeholder for the name, placeholder for the title, the subtitle, this box over here, the background, as you can see, this image, and then the image over here as well. So it's just how you properly align your object and how you properly align your text, and the type of font you use helps you create something as beautiful as this. And I also like to highlight the fact that I use the font Montserrat in creating this video. So every text that I use over here is the font Montserrat. All right, so the first thing I want to do is to turn on my guides so that you can see what we're actually doing over here. So I come to my views tab, I turn on my ruler, and then I turn on my guides. So as you can see, these are the guides that are permitting me to position everything in a nice and well aligned manner. So you can see that I have my guides over here, my buttons are within this two guides over here, and then everything is nicely and properly arranged. So if I turn off my guides and then I go back to the home page, let me first of all walk you through how you can set the guides before we proceed to do what we have for today's video. So I'm gonna go with a new blank presentation. So I'm gonna come here to layout and go with blank. Now, so this is your white canvas. This is what you want to do your design on, and then you realize that this looks very blank, so you need to put some guides to help you align your text and then your images very well for it to look beautiful. So what you want to do is to come to your ribbon over here and select the view, and then you can tick mark your ruler to have your ruler to help you place your guide, and then you can also tick the guide over here. If you like, you can also tick the grid. The grid will give you these predetermined grids for PowerPoint, but I don't really like using that. I like to place my own guides. So I select on guide, and then I have this first one placed at the 0 vertically down and then horizontally across. So I have these guides in place. Now what I want to do is to first of all drag this guy to this 6 value over here to create a border or a gutter. Now that I have this, okay, I can press and hold Control, and then I right click and I drag to duplicate it. So once I do that, I can now drag this guy to the other side over here to make sure I have these two guides placed where I want them to be placed. Now the next thing, I can drag this guy somewhere here, then I press and hold Control and I drag again, pressing Control, drag, and then I have it duplicated, so I can also increase this guy like this. So this is how you place your guides depending on the design that you are doing. You just have to press and hold Control, and then you place your guides the way you want them to be for your design. So okay, I'm gonna place this guy over here. So yes, basically this is how you place your guides when you want to do any design in PowerPoint. So now that I have the guides and everything ready, let's switch back to the original design and look at what we can do. So I'm going to come here to new slide, and I come to blank. Now you can see I already have my brand logo over here, which is not very important now. Now if I go back to the first slide, you can see that with my guide still on, so that you can see this is just a box that I have at the background. It's just a plain box that I have on the background. So I can see it's a little bit above, a little bit below this second guide over here, and if I see the rule over here is 1, 2, 3 dots away from the 2 below. So I'm going to come here, go to insert, come to shapes, then I select this rectangle, and then I just drag across 1 2 3, very good, and then all along like this. Okay, very good. So this is my background. Now I need to give it the color that I like, so I go back here, select this, I come to shape format, I go to shape fill. I see this is the color over here, so let me go to more color. You can see this is the RGB or the hexadecimal code value, and then the RGB value for this color. So for the hexadecimal code is FEC74B, and then for the RGB you can see for the red is 254, the green is 199, and then the blue is 75. That will give you this color. So I'm going to just press OK here, come down here, select my box, then the shape fill and the shape format. Shape fill, it is already selected, so I click that, and then I come to shape outline and I select no outline because I don't want for there to be any outline over there. All right, so I go back over here. I can see that after that the only thing I need to place is my image and then this guy as well. So let's go ahead and do that right away. So I'm just going to copy this because I already have it as a PNG image over here, so I'm going to copy that exactly. Now you, if you're doing this and you're following this video, go online, either Freepik or Google, download a PNG image of a nice sofa seat, and then you can use for practice. So I'm going to select this guy, I'm going to copy it, and I come down here and then I paste over here. So because I'm copying and pasting, it is pasting in position, but you can see that the bottom guide over here, the seat, the foot of the seat is properly aligned with the bottom guide over here, and that is what we want for this video. Okay, so I go up here, I select this image, I copy it again, come here, and then I paste that as well. So now that I have those in place, the only thing left for me is to write my text, my major heading over here, my subtext over here, and then my brand, which is the highlights furniture, my brand logo or the brand name at the top over there. So let's go ahead and do that. So I come here, I come to insert, I go to text, and then I drag over here, and then I type in here the highlight furniture or highlight furniture. So highlight furniture, highlight furniture. Then I press Ctrl A to highlight everything. I go to font color, give it a white, and then the fonts itself, I go all the way down to Montserrat. I come to Montserrat semi bold, I select that. Let's see, so this is 18, this is also size 18, very good. So I can now just bring this guy a little bit, position it, okay, a little bit over here, very good. Okay, so we are trying to replicate exactly what we have over here. So as you can see that I'm trying to leave a little bit of gap between the guide over here and then the guide over here as well, as much as possible. So I'm doing the same thing, so I can see this is looking pretty good so far. So let's continue. So the next thing we want to do is to write your #1 source of furniture supply. Okay, you can see the font size is 40, and then the font is Montserrat semi bold as usual. So I come down here, I go to insert, or I can just select this guy, press and hold down Control to drag down, then I duplicate that. So I can now type in here your #1 source of furniture supply, your #1 source of furniture supply. Okay, so now that I'm done, I press Ctrl A to select everything, then I go to font size of 40, then I drag this so that I have your #1 source, then furniture looking this way, very good. So this is looking pretty good so far. Okay, so I can now drag this a little bit down, whilst pressing shift to make sure it is properly aligned with the guide and doesn't move beyond that. So okay, so I think this is good. Now the next thing we want to do is to insert our text over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I come down here, I select this, I press and hold Control, I drag to copy again, and then in here I type equals lorem, then bracket open, bracket close, and I press enter. So I can see that I have a lot of text over here. Let me minimize my screen. All I have to do is to delete this guy up to, let's say, here, and then I expand this guy a little over here. Okay, so I can now zoom in back. Okay, so if I go to the top, I see my font size over here is 14. So let's do the same thing to this guy. So I select this guy, I press this decrease font size over here, 1 and 2. So my font size is now 14, as you can see. So let's try and get this rectified. Okay, just 2 lines, and let me ignore this guy. Okay, so if I go here and I turn off my guide, you can see this is looking pretty good, pretty much very good, very beautiful, and then nicely aligned. Okay, so let's go ahead and create our button now. So for us to create our button, we know our button has to be aligned with the text and also within these 2 guides we have over here. So we come here to insert, go to shapes, select this rounded edge rectangle, and then we drag to create it over here, then make this as round as possible. Okay, so now that we have that, we go to shape outline, no outline, and then for shape fill, we're going to go with this blue color. That is not really blue, but let me see more colors. All right, so this is the RGB value for the color. So for the red is 37, the green is 161, and then the blue is 184. And this is the hexadecimal code 25A1B8. You can use that and then also select the same color that I chose. So I have that selected. Okay, so this is looking pretty much good. Let me extend it a little. Okay, so I press and hold Control to duplicate this shape. Then let there be a little bit of space in between. Okay, so now I select this guy, I go to shape fill, this time around no fill, and then shape outline, I give it a white. Then I go to shape outline again and I increase the width a little bit to, let's say 2 1/4. All right, so this is what I'm having right now. Let me turn off my guys so that you can see. Okay, so it is looking pretty good, pretty much like what we have in the original design at the top over here. So it's looking pretty good. And I just noticed here, I'm going to select everything, come to home, and then I come here, I'm going to select capitalize each word. Okay, so it's looking almost the same as the first one. Okay, so we can see we have buy now over here and then explore over here. Buy now, explore. Right, so let's do that. So let's type in, let's double click in the shape over here, and then you can type buy now. Then I select everything, I go to Montserrat, font semi bold, and I make this guy 14. Then I select inside this guy as well, and then I type explore, then I select, and then I come to fonts semi bold, and then I bring it down to 14. Okay, so this is pretty much looking good. It's looking very excellent, and that is basically it for the design. But I would love to add something new. I mean, there's no harm in trying. So let's select this guy. First of all, let's go back, turn on our guides. Let's select this guy and drag and copy all the way somewhere here. Let's make it look like a website, you know, like how is it? So let's write home. Then we leave some space. then we say about, then we can say services, and then we can go to contact. Okay, let's make it look like a home page of a website. So we increase this guy over here. I select everything. I go to home, Montserrat. This time around, I'm not going to use semi-bold. I'm going to use just the Montserrat itself, just so that the font is lightweight. And I'm going to decrease the size to 16. And okay, let me push this to the end over here. Okay, let me make it aligned with what I have over here. Okay, so it's now aligned. This looks more beautiful. Now if you like, you can select this guy and make it even more bold. So you can go to Montserrat. If you've installed the font family, the entire font family of Montserrat, you can either go black or extra bold over here, and that will give you a more bold and then highlight name for your brand. So this is basically how we create this beautiful home page design in PowerPoint. Now if you are into furniture supply or any product that you want to supply, you make an interesting and beautiful PowerPoint presentation, home page like this to show your audience or your target. It's really beautiful and it looks very nice. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you do, make sure you subscribe to the online tutor platform so you don't miss any of these beautiful designs in PowerPoint and many other more from the online tutor. So thank you once again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.